G'day guys, and today Sean and I are going to do the review which is between the Saints and the Cats at Etihad Stadium. The result being a draw, the second draw I've ever seen as a Cats fan, mate. It was, the last one was Melbourne in 2006, 94 apiece, and it was 97 apiece. The headline this week, Cats finals chance take a massive beating.
Yeah, they certainly do, mate. Neither of us saw the game, did we?
No, we didn't, guys.
Had your 21st birthday dinner, so
Yeah, that kept us occupied.
Fair call, but we saw bits and pieces, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And particularly those last probably 10 minutes, I think, but gee whiz,
Yeah.
I mean...
Terrible result.
Yeah, and it really, like you said in the title, it really impacts the way we can go from here. Some are saying it doesn't change it dramatically, but okay, maybe on a points table it doesn't really impact it, but the mere fact that we can't beat St Kilda is a bit of a worry. All due respect to them, I mean, they're an okay side, but...
Bottom six,
Exactly.
but improving.
Exactly. So, a couple of points I had. The clearances, we just get hammered. It's just pathetic. I mean, even we watched the VFL today. We lost that 60-27 in the clearances.
Kidding me?
And that's absurd. So, it's a club problem.
Yeah,
So,
fair.
what the hell's going on here? Again, won the centre clearance, got absolutely pulverised around the ball, or around the ground, I should say.
I don't see what the difference is. Is it just bounce versus throw up?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, set play.
Okay, yeah.
Stoppage.
Positioning.
You can have any sort of a number, I
Yeah,
guess. But
okay.
So that was very disappointing. And look, we won every stat by the hit-outs, clearances, and the scoreboard.
Yeah.
Even had less clangers, better disposal efficiency, won kicks, handballs, touches.
40 more touches, I think I saw.
Yeah, and look, from what I saw, we struggled to move the ball quickly in comparison to them. At times we managed to get back into the game, which was good, but I'm not sure how you come out as flat as we did, which was
Terrible.
really disappointing.
Awful start.
Yeah, and just chatting to my dad, he said our skills were really terrible, sort of below par. So a few of the things you probably got to see the whole game for to really get a feel for, and I don't plan on watching it. So
Yeah, I don't know. Unfortunately, it's just not worth watching.
yeah. So look, mate, I'll throw a few sums to you. Do you mind if I just grab me a bit of paper here?
Yeah, go for it,
A few
mate.
sums
You're
for
more
you.
than welcome to.
So look, we got Collingwood, then we got Adelaide. So basically, the reason the draw doesn't matter too much on the ladder is that if we win those and they lose to West Coast, which is very possible, and then of course we beat them in the last round, it's the same equation sort of thing. So
Yeah.
that's interesting.
As long as we got points, we were a chance. Mathematically.
And interesting, North Melbourne aren't fully out of the realms of getting within, which I got the calculator out, and it's interesting.
You reckon?
Yeah, I mean, they're 110% and 2 games in front of us, yeah?
Yeah. Yes.
I'm pretty sure they're 2 games in front of us. So they play the Dogs and Richmond. Likely losses, but you never know. They're in good form. So the equation reads that if North go down by a combined 90 to 100, because it depends on high score, low scoring games, and we beat Collingwood by roughly 50 points mark, in my little equation, I just 110 to 61, sounds good to me, and beat the Crows, say 82 to 74, hypothetical, then that would put the percentages. That's sort of our point of intersection, if you like. That's where we meet.
Segue.
Yeah, it's where we meet at about 104.8 and 0.9%. So they would be the equations, and then interestingly, that would lead us to potentially being 7th. So
Okay, yeah.
it doesn't matter too much, but it's just interesting.
Yeah, no, I didn't think about it that way because I thought, oh, okay, we've got a draw next to a name, but then we got that other game, which probably makes the equation that we are potentially able to leapfrog the Crows and North if things were to go right, percentage-wise.
Certainly far easier to knock off Adelaide for that spot, but North not fully out of the realms of it. So there are a few of my points and a look at the overall scheme and how the draw affects us. But
they're in the 8 though, North, aren't they, basically? But whether they finish 7th or 8th is dependent on those factors.
Pretty much, yeah.
I thought so, yeah, because 13 wins is pretty tough to sort of kick out in any given season.
Yeah. What do you reckon, mate? What do you take from it?
Yeah, I've got a few points down, but we just struggle to have any real composure. And I think once we have pressure applied to us, we just really crumble under the pump. And well, it was shown against a younger side, and we said clearly the Saints, you never know with them. And what did we get? A nice draw. So they bought that inspiring, young, quick play, and that really worried us. And got to us in the end. But I think there was lots of little things which I'll talk about shortly. But you can't let any side have 4 goals kicked against you early in the game.
It was quick too, wasn't it? Really quick.
Yeah, we were just gobsmacked. Like, we kicked the first 2. It was like, whoa, gee, they've come well, but
yeah,
they came to play big time. We simply didn't. I don't think, not for a while anyway. But a few name drops, mate. Stevie J, terrible miss, kicks a point. It's a draw, but kicks 4 goals and some pretty good goals. So, I don't know where I really sit with that. It's a tough one because he should have had probably 5 to 7 goals.
Yep.
Motlop was a bit unlucky with the umpiring decision, but we're not ones to sort of say, we lost because Steve Motlop got pinged for running too far and he didn't, or Murdoch marked it before the siren sounded and wasn't a mark. But
yeah, I think was he even running into goal for about 50 to 55 metres and the siren went?
I think you told me you might have.
Yeah, I believe
something before the siren.
3/4 time siren, so.
Yeah, but you just can't say that as an excuse. I mean, we should have comfortably got a percentage booster, but we didn't. So there you go. But the speed was a concern, and they played inspired football, as I sort of just mentioned.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had plenty of chances going forward. You mentioned Selwood had 2 chances and just, I don't know, botched them. Yeah.
2-on-2, you're free, 60 out.
Second, third quarter or something like that.
At least you can, something like. At least you can do is put it to our advantage, and you just
and pick the worst possible option. Third of 2 options, as Dennis Committee would say. Should Menzel have played?
Possibly, mate. I mean, I think we felt he should have. Yeah.
Yeah, it's incredible. You put him in, and I think we're a better team. Vardy kicked 2, I think, which was good. So
yeah, it's certainly a plus.
Highlighted Duncan's importance, I think, too.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I agree, mate. I mean, we need that extra polish, and he's our best kick in the side, you'd have to say.
Yeah, well, I can't think of anyone better.
Yeah, I mean, look, we miss him a lot for sure, so his extra class around stopping is crucial.
I reckon it just shows he's possibly in the top 3-4 players.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that.
He's just that important, that midfield polish, like you say. My last question there, does finals mean enough to Geelong?
Interesting. You saying we didn't come to play?
Well, 4 goals, mate, against us.
Yeah, it's always funny how do sides come out flat? I mean, you're playing AFL, you're on TV.
It makes no sense.
It's always, I find it interesting how sides do and don't come to play. But we obviously didn't, or at least St Kilda were more to play than we were, which was interesting. But look, when you fight back, do the hard work and get in front late in the game, more experienced side, you have the momentum, you should win. And we stuffed up some chances late. I think it was Vardy, Motlop, maybe Walker.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe 2 of the 3 or even all 3. Again, I was watching as I ate my palmy, but missed that shot, so disappointing.
No, we kicked 15-7 and St Kilda kicked 14-13, so tough to read into that. It's kind of almost doesn't really make sense because we dominated most of the stats, like you said, so quite crazy. But Scotty thinks Dan will play next week, regardless of this week's result. So he said in his presser.
Yeah, well,
with how much do you want to read into that? Yeah, he should definitely. Well, we're still in mathematical calculations.
I think the mere fact that he didn't play in the VFL today, clearly meaning they don't want him to have a 4-day break for Friday, surely says enough. I think I was talking to people today, they said he was a little bit sore after last week.
Okay, yeah.
So maybe a freshen up was what they were looking for.
Okay, yeah, that makes a bit more sense, yeah. But those are the final points of the game, mate. Not that we haven't saw it, but I feel like we've discussed it quite at depth.
Yeah. We were very disappointed at the time, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, as you can tell by our voice, we're speaking a bit slower than normal and everything's just a bit off, but it's been a big day.
It's a bloody big weekend.
Big weekend, big day. Sandringham today to see the VFL that you were covering, so been ginormous, but we'll get to the votes, which I think we'll just probably read the name and probably a few stats, and there's not much more. Yeah, we can't really add to it, we haven't seen them.
Hard to comment on considering we didn't see it, eh?
Yeah, I don't even know if you have votes.
I do have votes, mate.
Maybe just read them out.
Yeah, 3 votes Cam Guthrie. Seemed to find a lot of ball clearances, very nice.
Yeah.
2 to Motlop. A couple of nice goals, class, polish, pace. Very good from what I saw. and one to Jono. Some of his best footy for the year, back to back.
Yeah, in a way.
And in a way. I mean, you can isolate that one, but I think he was
made up for it.
Yeah, fairly dangerous up forward. So, they're my votes, mate. What do you got?
Solid. I think I felt exactly the same. I don't think that happens too often.
You did, eh?
Cam Guthrie, 29 disposals, 8 tackles and a goal. He was excellent against the Hawks, and I think he's backed it up again, so very good Cam. 2 votes to Stevie Mollop, 33 disposals, 5 marks, 8 tackles and a goal.
8 tackles, nice.
Yeah, better than 1 tackle he had at West Coast. He's just been fantastic, and I think he's one of the most important players for the Cats to keep. I mean, we say every player is important for Geelong, but you can't put a price on his run and pace, which makes us look dangerous.
Yeah, definitely.
Speaking of dangerous, Stevie J got the 1 vote, 18 disposals, 9 marks, 3 tackles and 4 goals. Could have kicked 6 or 7, but that never really happens. Very dangerous up forward, as you sort of mentioned, and could have had more. Had a few interesting moments, but I think you just take the good with the bad like any player.
You do. Always a few interesting moments with Steve.
Yeah, he had a tweet actually. He said, I know I'm an idiot. I thought I was clear, and something like that. Yeah, I can't remember the rest of it, but
we'll forgive him, mate. He was one of the best on the day.
Well, he's in the top 3, so he's made up for himself. But chopping block time.
Certainly is, mate. And Josh Caddy got injured, which is disappointing. I didn't see it. I don't know how serious it is.
I didn't hear about it, guys, till that 15-20 minutes ago.
Yeah, so knee injury, and I looked up on the page in the review, and nothing really gave me a great indication of how bad it is, which could suggest it's not that bad.
Yeah, I'd go with that. Cal reckoned he was fine on Twitter and didn't play this week. Don't know.
Speaking of Kelly, I think he will be looking to get back. Apparently he trained really well last week and thought
thought
he'd play this weekend, but he didn't. So you would imagine he would come back. And
maybe a bit of a refresher for him.
Yeah, for sure. And Duncan's another guy we'd be looking to welcome back.
He has to come back in. Yeah, he's so important.
And Daniel Menzel, as you've already touched on,
will
be back, surely.
I feel like we've said he'll surely be back. This week,
I've been pushing the case very much so, but
you just better go up to Scotty's office and say, "Come on, mate, just pull the plug and just chuck him out there."
Which will be a great day. We'll be there. I'm not sure if there's a ticket for you, mate, but hopefully there is. But
well, it's dependent on Jess, isn't it? So a bit like Adelaide Crows and the Eagles.
It's outside your control, but it'll be a great spectacle.
Certainly.
And as far as players to miss, I think Gregson's got to surely get rested. He just can't find the ball. He had 7 touches, kicked a goal.
Not promising.
He just seems a bit tired.
Darcy Lang. What are your thoughts there?
I thought he was okay from what I saw.
Yeah, he did do some nice things from memory. Yeah.
I have put him in the category of possibly needing a rest in the past. I think he's a bit fumbly at times, but he may need to make way potentially for the guys I just mentioned coming in, as will Cockatoo maybe. I love what he does when he gets on the ground, but he just doesn't get an opportunity, which is frustrating, and it leaves you going, well, when you look at who's going in and who's out, there's guys that, you can't get rid of him, so almost Cockatoo, who played 25 minutes, has to go, which is...
Yeah, it makes no sense. Thank goodness that rule's going.
Yeah, thank goodness. And look, Josh Walker is starting to...
I was about to mention him, mate. Guessing he didn't go too well if he's on the block.
No, I think he had the 8 touches. He just doesn't seize the moment. I mean, we've been begging for him too. And the opportunity is there, and he refuses to take it. And it's really frustrating. Kirsten kicked 5 in the VFL today. Mind you...
5?
Yeah, mind you, it wasn't a jaw-dropping, mark-clunking, just destroying game.
Tommy Horgan style.
Yeah, but he kicked 5, converted well, and the coaches love him, so...
I reckon there's nearly a straight swap there, mate.
Well, quite possibly. It's disappointing because I really, and you too, have expected more from Walker, and we just haven't got it, so...
Yeah, I think it's almost... just almost doesn't learn in a way. Yeah. But, it's tough. He's just a player that's probably trying his absolute hardest, but it's just not... doesn't quite cut it. Mitch Brown style, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. But from an injury and form point of view, I think that's about it. We saw the VFL up close today, and there weren't too many standouts, really. There was a lack of VFL players. Billy Smets was a laid out. I couldn't quite clear up whether that was because they had him in the plans for Friday night, or it was that he was just sick, injured. But I reckon he possibly in their plans because he didn't play. So and Stokes didn't play either. So whether that means anything, maybe he's just having a rest, maybe he's gone on holidays because his career could be done. I don't know. Sorry, Matty.
Your guess is as good as mine.
Yeah, so there's the chopping block, mate. So a few names to throw around, and I think we'll see at least 3 changes.
Sounds good to me.
For our clash with Collingwood that we've already touched on.
Yeah, the Pies, well, traditionally have a decent record, but they were horrible. Absolutely horrible against the Tigers, or were the Tigers fantastic? We didn't see it because we have commitments.
Have we seen anything?
I feel like we don't know what we're talking about, but we're still talking about it. Yeah, I mean, you never know. Collingwood, I expected us to lose comfortably last time, but we won comfortably, and you know we're not in that form that we were probably early in the year that bet the Tigers and the Pies. But yeah, look, I don't even know who to tip. You'll see in our tips video for sure, but yeah, on form, I'd say we're in better form, but doesn't mean I want to tip us or think we'll win. But maybe I'm answering the question there. Who knows? But yeah, very tough against the Pies. They can be quick too if they want to be, and when they're switched on, and they generally are against us, I think they're as dangerous as most teams. So yeah, incredibly tough to call, but do have to win it. It's home game, so I don't think that makes a great difference whether it's home or away. Well, if it's at the MCG, it's at the MCG.
Yeah.
So
we'll have slightly more fans, but it is really Collingwood's home ground, isn't it?
Yeah, well, of course, not going to play at Simmons because that would upset the AFL and Eddie.
Yeah, yeah, it would upset Eddie a lot.
Even though it's our home ground. But, you know, whatever.
Yeah,
what do you reckon?
I'll be intrigued to see your tips there, but yeah, the Pies, some are saying they may be mentally checking out, planning their holidays and, you know, looking forward to that.
Pendlebury didn't seem too cut up about the loss.
Yeah, interesting thoughts. I think maybe slightly out of context, but
yeah,
it's a really interesting call because sometimes your thought process on a team, you know, and the Cats can be altered by what you see, and almost because we haven't seen last night's performance, it was a bit poor and disappointing. You almost have that faith that you had before, almost. You're not having the mind changed on last night's events, aside from the score. So perhaps me thinking we're still in reasonable form is a bit silly because last night wasn't great, but Collingwood are in awful form. So
we're not in as bad as form as they are.
Yeah, the last couple of weeks have been tough for us, but you would expect us to get a few quality names back and be closer to that, well, best 22, I suppose.
Yeah.
So you would seriously think, if anything, you're going to base the tip on is that Collingwood are just travelling terribly. They have nothing to play for other than pride. And we have a lot to play for. Not that that always means much.
Yeah, well, the result last night proved that.
Yeah, exactly. But look, put it this way, if we lose to Collingwood, probably our worst loss for the year, I reckon. And we've had some bad losses. It'd be up there with Melbourne because Collingwood are awful at the moment.
Yeah, we have to capitalise.
I know they've had some gallant losses, but their last sort of 3-4 weeks have been really poor, and just the stakes at hand, I'd be really, really disappointed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. When you put it like that, it's intriguing. But
yeah, I look forward to your tip though.
I can't disagree with it. Yeah, I think my tip's just changing, wavering constantly at the moment, regardless of whatever's happening. But
that's all right, mate. You got 25 minutes to think about it.
All right, good stuff. That's a review anyway for the Saints and the Cats at Etihad Stadium. A draw being the final result. Terrible result. I don't think it really changes a great deal because it mathematically, if we win or draw, it didn't change a great deal from memory. So, but you want as many points as you can, ideally. But we'll take the points,
all 2 of them,
split them again, and go from there. But that's all from us today. Don't forget to check out darijoe. Does the Geelong goal video highlights each week. So 15 goals this week, kick straight, which was, I guess, good. But didn't get the win. Love to bring it up. Catstars.com.au also does some fancy highlights and also gives our videos a bit of a shout out as well. So go check him out, and don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it. Share it around to all your mates. Subscribe as well. It'd be fantastic. And thanks for popping along for the journey. We'll catch you guys all next time.